Okay, so today we are going to look at equations. So equation is also a key topic in the elementary level, like people who are in the highest level of the elementary, that is grade 5 and grade 6. They normally do equations. It is also a topic in your syllabus. So we have some questions on the board that we are going to look at. The first question read. We have 5b is equal to 30. Okay, what makes this an equation? That's what I'm going to tell you. That is, we have this sign here. This sign is called equal sign. Okay, so this equal sign makes this an equation. Because normally in the equation between two terms or three terms, you have an equal sign between them. Okay, so if you look at the left hand side, we have 5b, right hand side we have 30, but in between them we have an equal sign. Okay, we have an equal sign, so we have 5b equals 30. So now to find the unknown, we know we have an unknown in this equation. The unknown in the equation is b. B is the unknown. And unknowns are we normally use letters to represent unknowns. So what that means is if you have 5b equals 30, our target is to find the unknown b. So to find b is simple. What you will do is, beside the unknown, there is a number beside the unknown. That number will help us to solve this. We'll use that number to divide both sides of the equation by that particular number. Okay? So if I say both sides of the equation, I mean the left hand side and the right hand side. Okay? So we'll divide this side by the number beside the unknown, which is 5. So we'll divide here by 5. We'll also divide this side by 5. Okay? Yes. So now to continue, our target is to find this unknown, and this unknown must stand alone. That is b. So for b to stand alone, 5 will cancel 5. So after 5 cancel 5, what are we left? We are left with b. So we are going to write b down. So and then from there, you come to the right hand side of the equation where you have 30 over 5. That is, we are going to divide 30 by 5. 30 by 5 simply means how many 5s are in 30. Okay? So 5 goes into itself is 1. 5 in 30 is 6. So therefore we have b as 6. Okay? We have b as 6. So the solution to question A is 6. B is equal to 6. Okay? So the correct answer is 6. So now from there we will look at the second question, which says 2x plus 4 is equal to 7. 2x plus 4 is equal to 7. Okay, so if you look at this equation, we have three terms. The first term is 2x, the second term is 4, and the third term is 7. So to be able to solve this, we are going to collect the like terms. Okay? So to collect the like terms here, the number that has a letter beside it has to stand alone. The number that doesn't have any letter attached to them have to be moved to the same area. That is what I mean by collecting the like terms. Okay? So now we have 2x plus 4 equals to 7. So to continue, we are going to collect the like term by saying 2x. So this 2x is standard, okay? Because we're going to find the unknown x is equal to. So if you look at the equation here, after the equal sign, what is the first number? 7. That is the number that we are going to write for. So we are going to write 7, okay? So if you look at the other number in the equation that doesn't have anything that attached to it is 4. So meaning the 4 will also move to the right hand side of the equation. But remember, if we are told that whenever a number jumps an equal sign or a number moves an equal sign, either the number has moved to the left or right, the sign of that number change. And remember, the sign of all the numbers are always at the left hand side of that particular number, okay? So now if you look at 4, at the left hand side of 4, which sign do you have? Plus. So meaning, if this number has to move to the next side, to the right hand side, the sign of the number will change. So if the sign is plus, if the sign of the number is plus, when it moves it becomes what? Minus. If the sign of the number is what? Minus, when it moves it becomes what? It becomes plus, okay? So the sign of this number is what? Plus, so when it moves and comes to the right hand side, it is minus 4. Are we there? So now we have 2x equals to 7 minus 4. So to continue this with 2x is equal to 7 minus 4 is how? 3. We have 3. So meaning we have 2x equals to 3. But remember, our target is to find the unknown x. So to find x, which number is beside x? 2. So we'll divide this side by 2, we also divide this side by 2. So the reason why we are dividing both sides by 2 because we want the unknown to stand alone. We want the x to stand alone. So the number beside x is what? 2. So we divide this side by 2, we also divide this side by 2. Because in an equation, what you do in the left hand side, you have to do the same thing in the right hand side. You hear me? That's why when I divide here by 2, I also have to divide here by this other side by what? 2, okay? So 2 cancel 2. Now what I mean? X. So the x has stand alone. And that's what we are going for, okay? So we have 3 over 2, 3 divided by 2, meaning how many 2's are in 3? So to know that we say 2 goes in the itself, 1. 2 into 3, 1. Do we have remainder? Yes. So write the remainder aside. So now these 2 into the remainder, 1. Is that possible? Come on. Put a point and then add 0 to the remainder 1 now. Now how many do you have now? 10. So now we have 10 instead of 1, isn't it? So 2 into 10 is how many? 5. So therefore, we have x as 1.5. We have x as 1.5. Okay, so the answer is what? 1.5. So coming to C, the third question, we have 5x plus 10 is equal to 25. So to work this, we are going to collect the like terms. That is 5x is equal to, so if you look at the equation here, after the equal sign, the first number is 25. So if you add the equal sign in the second step, that's the number that you are going to write first, okay? So you write 25, and then remember, these 10, if you look at 10 very well here in the equation, there is no letter attached to them, so meaning the 10 also have to move to the right hand side. Because we are trying to correct what? The like term. So now remember, if you look at this, if you look at 10, what is the sign of 10? Plus. So when the sign, when 10 jumps and moves to the right hand side, the sign of 10 will change. Okay? So meaning, if we all understand the sign of 10 is what? Plus. So when it moves, it becomes what? Minus 10. Okay? So now we are going to continue by 25x is equal to 25 minus 10 is how? 15. We have 15. 25 minus 10 is 15. So we have 5x is equal to 15. So now to find x, the unknown, which number is beside the unknown? 5. We are going to divide both sides by 5. We divide this side by 5, we also divide this side by 5. Okay, 5, 5. So 5 cancel 5. What are we left? X. 5 goes to the inside. 1. 5 into 15? 3. So therefore we have x as 3. X is equal to 3. Are we there? So the last question, we have x over 3 is equal to 12. Sorry, x over 3 plus 12 is equal to 24. X over 3, which is a fraction, plus 12 is equal to 24. That is the last question. So to work this, we are also going to correct the like term. So we are going to look at it because we have 3 terms over there. The first term is x over 3. The second term is what? 12. The third term is what? 24. So we are going to look at the term which has a letter in it. That term has to stand alone. And if you look at this very well, that term will be x over 3, isn't it? So to correct the like term, this will be x over 3 is equal to, remember, after the equal sign we have 24, so you have to write 24 first. 24 So if you look at the other number here, that doesn't have any letter attached to it, is 12. So this 12 will also move to the right hand side. So when 12 moves, the sign of 12 will also change. So if you look at the sign of 12 is what here? Plus. So when it jumps and comes here, it becomes what? Minus 12. So when the number jumps an equal sign, the sign of that number change, please. Okay? You have to put that at the back of your mind. If the number is plus, when it jumps, it becomes what? Minus. If it is minus, when it jumps, it becomes what? Plus. So we are going to continue by saying x over 3 is equal to 12 minus 12 is how? Sorry, 24 minus 12 is how? 12. 12, okay? 24 minus 12 is 12. So now we have x over 3 equals to 12. So to find this unknown, if you look at this term here, it is x over 3. It's a fraction. So to eliminate the fraction, we use the denominator of the fraction. We multiply both sides by the denominator. And the denominator here is how much? 3. So to eliminate the fraction, we are going to multiply this side by 3. We also multiply the right hand side by 3. So 3 cancel 3. What are we left now? 3 cancel 3. What are we left? X. You write x down. 12 times 3 is how much? 12 times 3 is 36. Okay? 12 times 3 will give us 36. So therefore we have x as 36. Okay? Yes.